Alright man, what's up? First things first, I can't believe I re-rolled the stats on that mart. Just blew it. Thank you so much for giving me that mart. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. So first thing you do, so this is what I did. I went to google.com and then in the search bar I typed Kolbot, right? And I hit enter. The very first link at the very top right there, github.com/Kolbot. So it's better if you just download it yourself. That way it's, you know, you're getting it from a good source. You go to here, and then it says join GitHub today, sign up and stuff. You don't have to do that. There's a green button right here. It says clone or download. You click on that, and then just hit download like this. D2bot dash with dash Kolbot dash master. So you go to this, and then it has all this information here. Okay, so what it'll look like when you open up D2bot. You just double click on the D2bot here, and right here you see I have a profile for Kanishi, my sorceress. You've seen her. When you open the bot, it'll be completely empty. So what you have to do is go here on the left and click add. You click add, and then this thing pops up, right? What you do is you give it a profile. So I'm gonna make a profile for my barbarian that I was just talking about. He's gonna do CS and norm. So I'm gonna type Iron Man fan. Right, that's my barb. So here's the sketchy part. This is the reason why I told you to download it from like the website itself. This is why I didn't want to send it to you, because you're gonna have to type in your account name and password. And for a lot of people in Diablo 2, that's really sketchy, right? So my account name for my barb is Vito4, and then my password is, you know, whatever my password is. Oh, I think I mistyped it. There we go. And then under the character section, you type in your character's name. So my character's name is Iron Man Fan. Now for game info, you just get them to make a game, right? So right, Iron, the bot will add the number at the end. So for example, for Kanishi, it's MYK, and then sometimes you'll see me log in, it's like MYK 750, right? And then the password, you just kind of just throw something in there. I just put 1 or 2 or whatever. Select your difficulty, go normal. Select your realm, your mode, leave those. Parameters are here. If you'd like, you can add dash and S for no sound, make it silent. You can like watch your bot, but it's silent. I like to do that. And then game paths. So here's the part where it uses like your CD keys. So the way I have it, I have multiple CD keys. I have multiple Diablo folders. So like I have Diablo 2 in like my downloads folders or like my games folder, and then I have Diablo 2 on like my desktop or something. So those I have 2 different CD keys. So what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll navigate to my games. Here's Diablo 2. And this is just one of the CD keys, and there's game.exe. That's all the bot looks for. Account name and password, character name, game info, difficulty, parameters, game path, and now entry script. So this is where it gets kind of weird. So you go to entry script. So we'll just go here and we go to D2bot lead. All right. Now we hit apply, and that's it. We're done. We're done with this information thing. Now we're gonna get into like the meat and the potatoes, right? So what you have to do is you have to go back to the D2bot folder, go to D2BS, and then go to Kolbot folder, and you have to go to libs, libs, and then config, and then you'll see you have all the configs. You see right here I have sorceress.kanishi. So what you need to do is you have to open up the barbarian config, right click on it, and you can edit it with Notepad or Notepad++. I highly recommend you get Notepad++ because it tidies everything up really neatly. On the left you see you have like your lines, so it tells you all lines like by numbers. So I highly recommend you get Notepad++. So what you do is you open up the barbarian configuration under Kolbot, D2BS, Kolbot, libs, config, and the first thing you want to do is scripts.user add-on. You have to go from true and set it to false. Next in line is the battle order script. Since my barbarian is running by himself and my sorceress runs by herself, the battle order script is set to false, so we can ignore that. So this is where it does the boss and area scripts. So this is where you can designate like what areas you're going to clear and like what bosses you want the bot to do. So for example, Act 1, down here, Andario, script.Andario, it's false. Scripts.Andario on my sorceress is set to true. So that means that she'll go and kill Andario. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is scroll down till we get to town settings. So this is where we tell the bot like your inventory status, when to drink a potion, when to chicken out of a game, and all that crap, right? Use mercenary, we're going to set that to false because we're not using expansion, we're just using D2 classic. And here are the potion settings. So now this is where we designate when your character drinks a potion. So for the barbarian, because he's going to be melee, he's going to be up in people's faces, I'm going to get him to use a potion at exactly like 75%. As soon as he hits 75% life, he'll drink a potion, because chances are he's going to get hit again, and that potion will start to bring his life back up before he gets hit again. Rejuvenation potion, 40%, that's good. Mana potion, 30%, that's good too. This is where we set the chicken. I'm gonna drop this to like maybe 25%. So if my barbarian reaches under 25% life, he'll just chicken out of the game. Okay, so now we're down to the inventory part. This is pretty important. This is where we designate each slot, whether the bot keeps an item in the inventory or if he stashes it or if he like sells it, right? So it'll tell you right here. So 0 equals item is locked and won't be moved. Okay, so like for example, like if I had my barbarian on the bottom right corner of his inventory, if I was holding a tome of town portal, these two slots would be 0. Every other slot needs to be a 1. So you would go here and manually change all the zeros to 1. Make sure you keep the commas. Okay, so now you see everything else is a 1, and then the last 2 slots are zeros. So the Tome of Town Portal will sit right there. Next we get into like what's in your belt. So first slot he's gonna hold HP potions. Second slot he's gonna hold mana potions, and then rejuvenation. Since I'm a barbarian with low mana and a lot of whirlwind cost, I'm gonna set it up so he holds two sections of mana potions. Okay, here we go. So pickit config files, default folder is in the Kolbot pickit. So this is where we tell the bot what file to look for to determine what files, what items to keep, like what stats to keep. So if we go back to your D2 bot folder, right, that you downloaded and unzipped. You go in here, and then you go to D2BS, you go to Kolbot, then you go to pickit, and then you see here there's a whole bunch of .nip files. So some of them are predetermined. For example, if you open up LLD, right, this tells the bot like to keep any like good quality LLD files. So let me like read one over with you and see if we can like figure it out. So like amulets, right? So the first one is name equals amulet and quality is magic. So the bot will pick up any magic amulet and then identify it, right? That's what this hashtag is, or £. So after the bot identifies it with the hashtag and £, the bot looks at it and it says, the requirements are paladin skills must equal 1 and max HP must equal 80. So for example, if the bot picks up a blue amulet that has 1 paladin skills and 79 life, he'll sell it. Okay, so since I already have a nice pickit set up for myself, it's my Classic.nip. If you'd like, I can send it to you. I've customized most of these were already here, but I've customized some stuff myself. Here, for example, here's the Martel Defer that I picked up, and the one that I screwed up, re-rolled. Name is equal to Martel Defer, and quality is equal to rare. So as soon as the bot finds a rare Mart, it'll pick it up. Then the £, or hashtag determines what it'll look for after it identifies it. So this says enhanced damage must be greater than or equal to 169, right? So that means 169 ED and higher, it'll keep it. And to hit rating, so AR must be greater than or equal to 69. So again, if my sorceress picked up a Mart that had like 169 ED and only like 60 AR, she would sell it. Or for example, if she found a Mart that had like 199 ED, right, and like no attack rating, she would sell it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you add a new line. You can go like this, and then just go name is equal to Martel Defer, right? And where's the stupid hand symbol? 7. And quality is equal to rare, right? So she'll pick up any rare Martel Defer, and then what she'll look for after it identifies is enhanced damage is greater than or equal to, I don't know, 150 ED. That's it, done. So now what the bot will do is my sorceress will pick up any rare Mart, and as long as it has higher than 150% ED, regardless of its other stats, she'll keep it. So picket range 40 yards, that's fine. Fast picket means that the bot will check and pick up items between attacks. So like if your barbarian or your sorceress is like using frozen orb and kills a bunch of stuff, and then like a rare amulet drops, she'll go and pick up the amulet, she'll teleport and pick up the amulet before clearing the monsters. I have mine set to false because I play games by myself, but if you did like public games, then maybe you'd want to set that to true. Alright, and last but not least, this is where we set what skills the barbarian's going to use or your sorceress is going to use. So right here, pre-attack skill, if your sorceress had like thunderstorm or energy shield, you would set this number to whatever energy shield is. So like you just go to Google, right? You just go to Google here, and then you just say Diablo 2 skill list, right? And then like the first page gives you a list of all the skills. So for example, Amazon skills, sorcerer skills, right? So we'll go here, Thunderstorm. So Thunderstorm ID is 57. So if we went back to the bot, if I put 57 here, then my sorceress, every time she walked outside, she would precast Thunderstorm and have that ready. If it falls off, like if the duration runs out, she'll recast it. So for barbarians, what I want to do is come here, and where is it? Where's that beautiful whirlwind? There it is, 151. So this is it. I'm going to come back here. Primary skill for bosses, I'm going to go here. I'm going to write 151. And then primary skill for others, I'm going to go 151. That's it, done. Here's another important part. Shortly, just under the where you set your skills, you have this boss priority and clear type. Okay? So what I usually do is I go for 0 all. So what that means is the bot is going to acknowledge every single monster, whether it be like, you know, something small or like Diablo himself, and we'll just get rid of it and just like work its way around like being safe. So I always set that to 0, so that's really important as well. And that's it, my friend. So then what you do is when you go to save as, you leave it inside that config folder, you leave the barbarian there, but then what you do is when you go to save it, you add a dot and then your barbarian's name or your character's name. Like my sorceress is sorceress.kanishi, my barbarian is barbarian.ironmanfan. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go back to the folder here, make sure everything's okay, D2PS, Kolbot, library, config, and there it is, barbarian.ironmanfan. Now we'll open up our bot. Right, go to edit, just double check everything, right? Vita 4, that's the right account name. Iron Man Fan, that's the character name. Yep, let's do it. Hit apply, hit OK, and then hit start. Let's see if it works. Right, so the game opens up. Now I'm not touching anything. Watch. You like type the account name in, log in, he's clicking. The bot's doing everything. It's like, it's kind of freaky, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, if you set the bot to do like only Andario and she does it something like really fast, you might get round down. I think it's a really good idea to do something like do Andario and then maybe do Mephisto after, so like she stays in the game a little longer. See him clear all the potions and stuff. Check this guy out. There he goes. He bought potions. He's spending money. He's buying. Let's see. Watch. He's gonna go repair too. Look at this guy. This guy's gangster. That's what I'm talking about. He should BO on his own. He's a barbarian. There he goes. Look at him go. I'm not touching anything. And you look at that. Done.